everybody, Crystal Clear 101 here with a Transformers toy review. And today I have the Warrior Class RID Optimus Prime. Now I do not have the packaging for him, as this is how I obtained the figure. But he is from Wave 2 of the RID line, and his suggested retail is $14.99. Now, this is the primary figure from the brand new RID line that I was interested in, because, well, obviously it's Optimus Prime, but upon getting the figure, let me go ahead and just give my overall impressions about him. As far as my pros and cons, let me go ahead and start off with my pros. Number one is robot mode. He looks really freaking cool, I will admit. He does have that, semi-cartoony look to him, which you gotta admit that does look pretty sweet. Number two, on the packaging, especially on the side, when it shows his face, it does show him with the open face. However, as you can see right here, he does have the visor, which I think that makes him look infinitely cooler. Another positive that he does have is the fact that his transformation is like ridiculously simple. I will get to his transformation in just a couple minutes, but his transformation is like ridiculously simple. It's almost stupid simple. As I said, I acquired him like this, and I was able to figure out his transformation in well under 30 seconds with no instructions. But another thing that I actually do like about this figure is he is brightly colored. He's in the standard Optimus Prime colors, red, blues, a little bit of gray, a little bit of black. In addition to that, he only comes with one accessory. As you can tell, it's supposed to be an Energon Axe. Kind of a Optimus staple, I guess you can call it. Now, as far as my cons about this figure, as you can see from the front, he looks impressive. He does look very good. When you get to the back, however, you can see there's a lot of hollow spots. I mean, a lot of hollow spots. The primary problem I have with this Prime, especially considering after, fooling with the various Generations figures, even with the Prime series and the Beast Hunter series, his articulation is limited. And what I mean by that is, to me, it's almost like they cheaped out on some of his articulation, specifically around the shoulders. They didn't add any kind of swivel for the bicep. I almost felt like they could have added a little more articulation for the legs, although I think the articulation for the legs is good enough. Another thing I have is that he has this unusual arm kibble right here. And the way that it looks like it should be able to pivot back, which for me would have made a lot of sense. But, as you can see, I don't know how well you can see, right in front of my finger, but these front cap sections are held in by a screw. And I wish they could have changed that. I wish you would have been able to just be able to rotate this around, which for me would have made a lot more sense. This would actually open up his hands right down here where you can actually see him. Because otherwise, if you see him from the side, it just looks flat out weird. But as far as my complaints are concerned, that's really about it. My only true complaint I honestly really do have is with some of his articulation. It's not the best. As, this is more intended to be more of a kid's line, not an adult line. So for it being a kid's line, it's actually not that bad. Now, as far as his transformation into vehicle mode is concerned, however, let's go ahead and just get straight to that. Now, as far as his transformation is concerned, it's ridiculously simple. Okay, let's start with removing the ads. Just give you an idea how ridiculously simple it is. I'm not even going to do a montage. All you do is this. Flip up the shoulder pieces. Push in the head. Rotate his elbows. The holes in his fist will simply go into the pegs. Rotate them 90 degrees. Pull them forward. As you see, that forms the front of the cab. Rotate the waist 180 degrees. Simply peg the feet together. Then pop open the sides. There we go. And as you can see, his transformation to vehicle mode is ridiculously simple. And my thoughts on the vehicle mode are as such. The vehicle mode, it's very simple. It looks really cool. I will admit this does look pretty sweet. Now, the good thing about even in vehicle mode is he does have weapon storage, which is these indentations on the bottom of his handle do go into this clip right here. And that's really about it as far as his weapon storage. And as I heard in another video, he now has this shark fin right here. But as you can see on the very bottom, he does have all of this open storage, which I honestly feel they could have used that a lot better. I really do. Another complaint I do have, as you can see, I barely moved his legs out of place, and his sides popped open. So, you know, these aren't exactly the tightest. These aren't the tightest pegs, you know, for holding the sides of his feet in. But he has a grand total of 10 wheels. As you can see, he does roll reasonably well. Some wheels do roll better than others. Aside from that, the colors on him are bright. They're vibrant. I like the fact that they were able to incorporate the trailer into his transformation. You can clearly tell these are the feet, but it's nice that not only were they able to incorporate the trailer into his transformation, but the fact they actually also incorporate the smokestacks, which are the part of the side of his feet. The fact they incorporated those, I thought that was pretty sweet. But overall, the vehicle mode, for me, that part's pretty solid. I love this vehicle mode. And now for some size comparisons of this figure. Here he is next to a Generation 1 Soundwave. And here he is with Voyager Class Fall of Cybertron Soundwave. And next to Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. As you can see, he is completely dwarfed by the Year of the Horse Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Weapons and accessories include a handheld Energon Axe. An articulation for the RID Warrior Class Optimus Prime consists of a swivel head, swivel shoulders with a hinge base, ball-jointed elbows, swivel waist, swivel hinge hips, swivel thighs, and hinge knees. And overall, what are my thoughts on the Warrior Class RID Optimus Prime? Aside from my complaint about some of his articulation, this is still another dead solid Optimus Prime figure. Now, not only does his robot mode and his vehicle modes both look sweet, but you can tell this is supposed to be Optimus Prime, and on top of that, his transformation, even though I said it's, you know, stupid simple, it's ridiculously simple, I would put his transformation up there with Age of Extinction Galvatron, in that it's one of those where it's actually fun to actually, you know, change him back and forth between robot and vehicle modes. But his transformation, yeah, I would actually put him up there with the Age of Extinction Galvatron. His transforming him is actually fun. You might have heard me complain mostly about the articulation of this figure, but overall he is dead solid. He is excellent. Now, if you're a fan of the more articulated Transformers, like the Generations line, then you will be disappointed with this figure. I will go ahead and tell you. But if you're just an avid Transformer collector, if you love Optimus Prime, love to collect Optimus Prime, then do go and look for this guy. He is still pretty fun. He's still worth adding to any Transformers collection. But that'll wrap up my review on the RID Warrior Class Optimus Prime. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe.